Hello, welcome. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Up Next Joe. Welcome back to another episode of Please Don't Cancel Us, Ella Podcast, featuring my co-host. Let yourself be heard.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? I don't know the rest. My name is Brandon Lang. I'm poppy today, as you can see. Got the lights, scruffing up. We hit a pod. Let's get it.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Amir.
Hey, bien, ¿y tú?
I'm good.
Yeah, that boy fucking with a Boricua queen. Okay,
Hey.
you just snitched on yourself, brother. Damn, and I just fucking figured him out. Cause you could have just been quiet about it, bro.
I can't hear you, bro. What's going on? We can't hear you.
This nigga Joe's having a conversation with me. That's fucked up.
All right. Anyway, how we feeling on this beautiful Monday, gentlemen?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Are you dead? Couldn't hear me? I thought me and Joe.
I was talking to you.
How you not hear me if you was talking to me?
What? I'm here just be fucking up the momentum of all the intros, bro. This nigga just come in and say some other shit. I hear skirt. Huh? What? Confused.
Nigga, you was having a whole conversation with me and Brandon gonna talk about, I can't hear him.
I couldn't hear you.
You wasn't saying nothing.
Maybe that was your problem.
Well, Joe just said you wouldn't say nothing, so maybe that's your problem, nigga.
All right,
let's
man.
Go.
How you feeling on this beautiful Monday, gentlemen? We done fucked up our intro. You know what I'm saying? But we in this bitch Monday evening. Brandon got a slave in a couple of hours.
Yes, sir. A couple of hours for more than a couple of hours.
Yeah, listen, guys, I need y'all to go in there and just drop a prayer in the comments for my boy Brandon, because Brandon's been getting the shaft lately. No pause.
Yo, bro, like Jeff Bezos is bending me over the table and just blowing my back out. But it's all right.
No pause in sight. Like, my boy heard me, so we should stop praying for my boy Brandon. But listen, make sure you guys are joining the discussion on Instagram at Please Don't Cancel Us the Pod, and let's get into it, fellas. What we talking about today?
First of all, I just want to talk about how we just talking about Jeff blowing Brandon out. But let's get into this topic. How y'all feel about the vaccination, the COVID shot? Y'all getting it?
I still personally haven't gotten vaccinated. It's not even on my list of things to do.
So for me, I'm very skeptical. I was very skeptical, still am. However, I have gotten the first vaccination. I haven't gotten the second one yet. It was very hard decision for me to make. I'm one of those people who's like that. I think that it, there may be certain strings attached or certain things that nothing is given for free, in the world, in life, whatever you give something, you expect something back. So, however, I feel like if they wanted to get me, they can get me any other way, by the food I eat, by the shit I drink, whatever, so it's like, I figure I just take the shot. My family got the shot, and I also don't want to walk around my job with a mask on anymore. So it's like, fuck it, we just get the shot. But
why was it hard for you to get the shot?
Like I said, I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but when you look at all the shit that goes on in the world, all the diseases and the viruses, and there's no cure, and this comes out and they have a cure, like, I understand they probably already had it in the works, or they had a sample, or whatever the case may be. But the fact that they just pushed it out so quick, I understand the circumstances, but like I said, what's the catch, right? If you, in this country, in the world, what is given for free? Even if you give something for free, you expect something in return. Like there's a even equivalent exchange. What is my exchange for this virus? I mean, for this vaccination. That was my cause for concern.
What about you, Joe? How you feel about it? Anti-vax team or not?
No, I'm definitely not an anti-vaxxer. My girlfriend is an anti-vaxxer, so what I'm saying, I have to hear her ideology about it from time to time. But me personally, I'm not going to get the vaccine until it becomes like either a requirement, something I want to do, or a requirement, in life. I'm saying, whether I need it or not. I've never really been the kind of person to go and just like get vaccinated. I'm saying? Like, growing up, I always got the vaccinations that I had to get for school, but like ever since then, like I haven't gone back to the doctor, really to get a flu shot. I very much kind of just believe in my immune system. Call me naive or whatever, but I very much strongly believe in, like, the body heals itself a lot of the time. The body tells you what's wrong a lot of the time. So if you just follow that, then you know what I'm saying, you'll be doing all right. And shit, I've been going around places not wearing a mask, shit, for a good part of the pandemic. So you know what I'm saying, I feel like I'm doing pretty good.
You're the problem.
Yeah.
Put your mask on.
I'm definitely the problem. I am going to sit here and argue with you.
For me, you know, they made a good point. Their marketing team on Hot 97, they play, or just urban radio, they freaking blast vaccine commercials, and they was just like, oh, you know, the entire world was shut down, so the entire world was working on coming up with a vaccine as opposed to one company or one country. I kind of agree with Joe. You know, I'm not pressured. I'm not getting the vaccine until like I have something to do, which unfortunately now I have something to do. Family union that I always go through every summer, you know, they require vaccines because it's an elder population. So I think I'm gonna get it now. But if you're not convinced, Joe, and anybody that's watching, I think I have something that might change your mind. Can you share the screen real quick?
Hey, you got the
Word. I got something that's gonna change your mind.
I can just feel the racism. Oh, whatever it is about to be so racist.
Is my screen up?
Backs that thing up. Oh, God.
Your screen is up, brother.
Yeah, hopefully they didn't. Okay. Here we go. Yeah.
Open up the okay ass, okay ass. Put my picture looking tight chat. Nice chat, got your bio reading right chat. Precise chat, but before you find a date chat, you gotta wait chat. Gotta go vaccinate chat, get it straight chat. Girl, you look good, want you fax that thing up. You's a handsome young brother, want you fax that thing up. Ain't in real life, you need to fax that thing up. Feeling freaky all night, you need to fax.
Take back everything I just said. I would never get this vaccine.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't.
I will never.
That was a horrible marketing scheme.
Hold on. Before I react, I just want to, I want to present it nicely. Upon further review of the video,
I can't hear you.
Upon watching the video, did y'all feel like that was enough to get you vaccinated?
Hell no.
If anything, that made me more against the vaccine than anything. Fuck that vaccine.
As a dude, yeah, vax that thing up. Nigga, who are you talking to? Me?
He said, if you a fine little brother, won't you vax that thing? Like, nigga, who are you talking to?
Hey, it got me. No, I'm playing. I just misty.
Here's what I say about the vaccine for anyone who probably don't want to do it. It will be required eventually. And when it is required, best believe insurance companies is going to be coming in like, yeah, we need a piece of it. Right now it's free. You know, even if you don't have insurance, you can still get it. But insurance, the copay, if you don't have copay, you're going to be having to come off some bread. So I just feel like, you know, once again, it's money, and this shit is all about money. Eventually it will be a paid transaction. So
here's the thing though, like, I understand that, like, here's the thing though, it's the fact that the reason why I'm not so highly sold on the vaccine, not that I'm like not sold, like I fully believe that if you get the vaccine, it will do what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to give you the protection against COVID-19. But I also just feel like it's also not permanently, like, of course, it has a possibility of killing our age group. But among our age group, we're not really like one. We don't really catch it, and for two, if we do catch it, we don't die from it. So that's why, like, I completely understand the older crowd, you know what I'm saying, 40 plus, them going and getting vaccinated, so they're having that extra protection because, of course, as you get older, your immune system deteriorates. But I feel like right now we're like in the prime of our what's the word I'm looking for? Of our immune system really being as strong as it's gonna be. And like for me personally, like I said before, I'm so like heavy into like natural healing, so that, like, you know what I'm saying, I just feel like that if God forbid I wasn't contracted, that I would be able to push through it. Like last year, my mom and my stepdad both had it, and when they did have it, there were definitely times I was down in my room, and it was before I moved out, and it was hard for me to breathe. You know what I'm saying? And I felt like I had like symptoms of it, but I never got tested or two. Really felt like I had it enough for me to go and go to the hospital or anything like that. So, you know what I'm saying? It just feels like, I feel like if it was to get me by now, it would have got me by now. So
it did. I caught that shit. I didn't go to I didn't confirm it, but I couldn't move. I was like bedridden for 2-3 days back when it first hit, like, you know, May of 2020 was it?
Yeah.
So, I never went to the doctor. I had no idea what it was, but for 2-3 days, like I was just laying down, couldn't really. After that, I was good, but I did hear of some 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds dying because some people's immune systems aren't, you can't even handle the flu or can't even handle like a common cold. So, I don't know if everyone needs it. And it isn't people. It's not supposed to protect you. It's not going to stop you from catching it.
It's
It's
not an
just
immunity. It is not an
yeah, it's
immunity.
not an immunity. So that's the misconception. All it is it's like a flu shot. You still catch the flu every year, but your body just knows how to fight it off now. That's all that is. But I don't think anyone should feel pressured or forced or like feel like it's not like a cough. Like when you coughed, for a good part of or for all of last year and now it's like damn, like I don't want to. If you don't have the vaccine, you shouldn't feel like an outcast. But at the same time, it is a something to think about.
Joe, do you not like interact with the older crowd?
What do you mean?
Like you said, you don't feel like you need to get it, or with the COVID thing, you didn't feel like you needed it because you're in the prime of your immunity. Like, do you not interact with people that have like pre-existing conditions?
I very much do, but I don't go around kissing everybody that's 40 plus or hugging everybody that's 40 plus. Like a lot of times, if I'm around you, I'm not in a space where where my cough droplets are going to be infecting your space. If I'm around an older crowd, like they're either my family or I'm there for some type of actual purpose, just not to be in their face.
I ain't gonna lie, shit. Bring the pandemic back. I miss quarantine, man.
I do too.
Don't please.
Yeah.
I mean, listen. You don't got to bring back the pandemic and the dying. But I am cool with being quarantined. That shit was fine by me. Nigga, gas was cheap.
Bro, I was too comfortable.
I got to work from home. It was beautiful.
I was too comfortable, man.
It was just
the pandemic was probably one of the biggest opportunities I had to prove myself, and I failed.
Fuck yeah, exactly. OD.
Yeah.
This pandemic gave me every opportunity to work my dreams out all the way, and I was just like, "Damn, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it right now."
What's crazy too? People complain about the money, and it's like, how many people who got unemployment checks or the stimulus checks still have that bread? And it's like, why are we complaining about money if we ain't even gonna save the shit? We ain't even gonna like do what we're supposed to do with it, So it's like.
I ain't gonna lie. I was mad because when my stimmy came in, I'm like, all right, I'm about to invest it, Then boom,
Life
like,
hits.
yeah, like that stimmy was gone. Like I needed a $700 repair on my car. Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah,
when it rained, it pours, brother.
I had savings and shit, but like, damn, like the stimmy came and went, and I felt so bad because I was like, I remember before I was like, yo, if I get me a stimmy, I'm up. You know what I mean? I'm changing. I'm life changing.
I think me personally, my plan was when I got the stimmy, my plan was never really to save it. I always had it, and I always had a plan to spend it on something. So the first stimmy I bought, I got this apartment with the first stimmy. I used that the
down payment
deposit, yeah, security deposit, and then the rest of the money I used is to help buy shit, to fill it in and everything. The second stimulus we got, I forgot which one was that. Which one was the second stimulus? Was that the $600 one?
I think it was a 600.
That one I spent some bullshit on. I forgot what I bought. Actually, not I'm lying. I think I bought my computer with the second stimmy. I'm not even gonna lie. So I used that. But then in the third stimmy I used for my girl's birthday for us to go to Chicago and shit. So I never really had the plan to save any of the stimulus checks. I always kind of like, I got this amount of money, so now I'm gonna use it on this grand gesture. Maybe that was my problem from the start.
Man, I was trying to flip the stimmy. The stimmy ain't flip, man.
You trying to flip like an entrepreneur or like a scammer?
Both. What's the difference?
It's a big difference. I believe scamming the public or the mass perception of scamming is easy, fast cash. Entrepreneurship is knowing that you're gonna be putting in that work, right? Hours and hours of just, I don't know, doing little shit like going to garage sales and buying cheap shit and selling it on the internet for mad. Like, that takes time,
Scamming and stealing. Scamming and stealing entrepreneur work is more so you putting, pedal to the metal, doing the shit yourself, honestly. Like Brandon was saying, it's like going out and you are physically putting the work in.
Yeah.
If you're scamming, it's not easy money, but it's easier money.
Yeah,
It's easier than getting a job. It's easier than, you know what I'm saying, being an entrepreneur.
it's actually harder. But
Are you a scammer?
It's really not though. Scamming is
me,
not that hard. There's
I've been involved.
there's so many steps to scamming, so that like so yeah, it seems like it's hard, but it's like you're really not doing that much.
Yeah, like
Unless you did what a friend of mine did, who got caught up in the scam and shit, and they ended up having their account be closed. And
so.
Oh,
Yeah,
that happens.
I've been involved. Like Amir said, like in college,
Oh, I think I remember this story.
yeah, you don't really. Sometimes as a kid, immaturity, you don't really see all the shit your family does for you. You just, you're so focused on what you need. My car had broken down. I'm traveling, X amount of time, this and that, taking a bus, walking sometimes hours. Like I need to get. So I tried to do it that way, and life hit me in the fucking, it punched me in the mouth and the lip, and my dad made me work off the debt and all that shit. I had to get it from the mud, I had to make sure and my mom got me a car anyway, but it was like, at the time, you're not thinking and you do stupid shit. And I learned that way, like, damn, like all the money I saved up to give back to these niggas, I could have just caked that myself,
Yeah.
and you learn your lesson, and hopefully if you learn it, you don't repeat it. And I haven't done so since. So this again, it was like,
I'm just sorry about vaccines. Are we still there?
No, we're not.
I just incriminated myself. Woo woo, cold one.
I'm not gonna lie,
Nah, it
bro.
happens to the best.
I'm asking when you're in your 20s, bro, and you're just trying to get
Whether
money
you're in your
fast, and
20s.
you ain't trying to go through the, you're not trying to fucking work as hard as everybody be having to say. Of course, you're gonna try some scam shit to get some quick money. That's what we all do.
I was
Some
like
of us-
17.
Me personally, I was too pussy for it. I was too pussy to go through for it because I knew that I wouldn't be able to deal with the not the consequences, but like the mental strain knowing that I got played by somebody and did some scam and shit. So that's why my scamming career never started. Like, but yeah, I know plenty of people are like, yeah, let me hurry up and just do this real quick. I'm gonna get this quick little money and then I'm gonna be out the game. Next thing you know, you scamming for the next 3-4 years.
Yeah.
The niggas apply for that PPP loan.
And
Oh
the
shit.
alphabet boys come.
Y'all realize that nobody went to jail?
No, that's not true. I see.
Who went to jail for it? Who was in jail for the PPP loan? Tell me.
Not yet.
Yeah, bro.
Man, what they waiting for? They got niggas' names. They got niggas' addresses.
You
bro.
know, no, the PPP loan, they gotta pay that off or pay that back.
You can
So
either
they gonna get there.
A lot of niggas don't know that.
Patience.
listen.
He's
The feds, that's the federal government. They gonna come with all of the ducks in the row. They gonna let you go spin that bag. But when we come, you literally cannot fight it. And now
Now we're making more money off you than we gave you.
exactly.
Now we own you.
Now make some license plates.
Put the shackles on modern day slavery.
I think I think the feds is taking their time. They run it up, PPE boys. PPP boys is outside, 9 to 5s is inside. You know what I mean? And I think it's over a certain threshold of money that you had to steal in order to get it. Because I've seen a lot of people was like, "Oh, nah, I'm just on a repayment plan type shit." So y'all be careful out there, y'all PPE boys.
I got a question for you, Brandon.
What's up?
How did the pandemic affect your creative drive outside?
Oh, it killed it. Because in my mind, I never even knew what I was doing to myself, right? I thought I was in control. Like, when we cut back, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But I kind of just relaxed. I sat around, and looking back, every day was an opportunity to do something. By the time everything opened up, the bad habits I had created, I realized then that it was like, oh shit, I did this to myself. Like, I didn't even realize I was changing. I'm not even motivated to do some of the things that I used to want to do. I'm having to reteach myself to do it. And it's like, yeah, I don't ever want to go through that again. And if I do, I got to be real self-motivated to keep myself disciplined, because sometimes we don't even notice what we do to ourselves because we think we're in control. So
I will tell you, bro, listen, I started off the pandemic so good. Like, I got this apartment and we were putting out content pretty regularly, right? And then, like, I'm not gonna, once you got to that middle stage of the pandemic where things started opening back up and I had to go back to work and everything, that's when I just started getting like the worst habits in the world. That's when I was just like, I was buying like a fucking half ounce of weed every day. And like, if I wasn't making a video, if I wasn't at work, I was smoking. And that was it. And that shit ended up that shit caught up to me. So now here he is at the end. Here we are at the end of the pandemic. You let me finish out here. Here we are at the end of the pandemic, and I'm just like, holy shit! I have all these bad habits now. I have to unlearn all of them and relearn the things that I like doing. And shit is stressful because now it gets to a point where I wake up and the night before I could have the biggest plans. Like, all right, yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna Tomorrow I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'm gonna play ball, and then I'm gonna da 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 da. But then now it got to a point so I wake up and I'll just be like, like it's like almost as if like everything in my head is like everything's still closed, bro. You can't even do shit. So you might as well just chill in the house, watch TV.
Developed a lazy ass mindset.
Yeah, and that shit is troubling. So now I'm at a point where, like I said, I had to relearn, I have to like go out and do things I used to do to just give me that sense of fun, to give me that burst of energy to work out through the rest of the day. Like I don't smoke no more during the day. I can't. If I smoke more during the day, I'm just gonna be a lazy bitch. I don't want to be a lazy bitch no more. Mm-hmm. So I realized I had to drop mad shit and pick all that shit back up.
I'm happy.
Go ahead.
I'm happy you said that because I kind of was having the same issue. It's just like, I could just sleep in and shit. And one thing that definitely helped me is like just self-awareness and analyzing where I went wrong. When I felt like I was at peak motivation, I was killing it every day. It was, you was doing these couple things. You're not doing them no more. So if you ever feel like that, my advice to whoever's watching is just get back to doing the things that make you happy and get back to doing your routine. Routines is great motivation. Even shit, you could get up and do 10 jumping jacks every day. Like that little routine that you do every day, positive routine, of course, can definitely affect your day and keep you motivated.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't mind working the hours I do. 12.
That's bullshit, Brandon. No.
No,
Brandon.
Let me explain though. Like this is not a permanent thing for me. But for a really long time after the pandemic, I did not want to work. And the way I came up, like I was a full-time student, going to college, working 2.5 jobs. Right? I never had an issue working. I always picked up shifts, and then I just couldn't. And even for the longest, I knew I needed to work more than 3 days, but I would not do it. And now it's like I'm trying to force myself back in that mentality, not just for this job, fuck this job, but it's like I need that work mentality. Like you need to get up and do that shit. You got bills to pay. You have a goal, go get that. And I lost that for a minute. And now like I'm teaching myself to, I don't have to go in these hours. I'm forcing myself to regain that mindset of go get it. You a man, you're not a little boy no more. You ain't just gonna sit around your ass. If you ain't gonna do shit, go do something, So that's what I needed to do for myself. And hopefully that'll translate onto, other shit in my life. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but to me,
it makes 100.
It definitely does. Your fucking days are numbered, Jeff.
Yo.
I was wondering why he was doing that.
That's what I was trying. I didn't want to cut him off. Days are numbered, Jeff.
That's a fact.
All right,
his wife took billions from him. He didn't even feel that. He didn't even feel that.
He was like, "That's cute. I got Brandon working 50 hours a week, bitch.
60 hours a week.
60 hours a week, bitch. I don't need you. I ain't thought you getting paid, bro. Let me go $20 then." This nigga out here getting $20, 20 hours of OT a week.
It's crazy. I actually had this business idea I was thinking about telling you. Oh, y'all don't get that? Oh, y'all don't get that?
Nah.
Oh, because I swear everybody in my side of the world always has a business opportunity.
Oh, no, that's a fact.
I was thinking about this opportunity. I wanted to see if you wanted to get in on this. And I was telling my mom, like, no, I'm not doing everything just to get a paycheck sometimes. Like, nah,
that is
to me.
My mom wants me to work for Amazon so bad, and I tell her that Brandon gave me PTSD. Straight up. I tell her, I'm not gonna lie, Mom, I can't. Brandon told me it's slavery, and I don't want to be a slave.
Honestly, that's me talking shit. I learned the system. I've never gotten written up. It didn't really fucking with me because I took the time to kind of observe. I am very observative. I learned the system. I learned everything. I do what I want. Like 30-minute breaks, fuck out of here. I'm taking 45 minutes to an hour. But it's like when I was being clocked for it, I was taking 45 minutes because the system allows 45 minutes. You have to know the system. They give you 30, but you really get 45 if you know it. And now that I'm not being clocked because I changed my position, I don't get time no more. So I take hour breaks. I make sure all my shit is good. So when I come back, I don't gotta, no one can say shit. And then they know I work hard too. So it's like they ain't gonna really say shit to me. You gotta know the system and you be good in there, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's why I quit my last job, bro, because I had a system. My system was set up perfectly so I was able to tolerate working there and still make sure all my work was done. And then once they fuck with my system, I left. Because you niggas was not about to sit up here and have me working unhappy. That's bullshit.
He said, listen, master, keeps the peanuts over here on Thursday. You only got to take 2 because on Friday he usually refills them. So that's when you got to take the peanuts and you won't get caught.
Hey, man, they give you 30 minutes TOT. That's 30 minutes. And the 12-hour shifts, you only get 30 minutes to not do nothing, right? If you go over that and they write you up 3 times, you're fired. So I use all 30 minutes of my TOT every day. I use every 5-minute, grace period that they give me to get to where I need to go every day. Not at the same time. I just use it, and it's like, yeah, I get a lot of breaks, and I sit my ass down. I'll take my, I can't do something. I'll take a shit. You paying me, like. So it's not as bad as a lot of people make it out to be, but it can be. It really can. I just ain't one of those people that ain't gonna do that to. So.
You ain't selling me that dream, Brendan.
I'm not trying to sell it to you.
Okay.
Please don't. If you, I don't recommend anybody go to Amazon. Honestly.
I have a question for you too, Amir.
What's up?
So you quit your job way before I did.
Yeah.
Right? So my question to you is, having the fact that you haven't worked a job in as long as you have, do you ever see yourself working a 9-to-5 job again?
I went back. I did. I don't tell people that often. Because, I only went back for 3 days. It was the worst shit I've ever experienced. It was terrible. It was. But I think I will go back. Like, let's say y'all two made a business type shit. I would happily work for y'all. Do my little 9-to-5. It just has to make sense to me. It has to make me happy. I have to be able to use some creativity in a job opportunity. Which I've had little opportunities and gigs and shit like that. This shit, I ain't gonna lie, this shit is hard. It's definitely been some times where I was like, yo, like, now is the time to go back. I remember, I think I told y'all this shit, but like around Christmas, like I was down bad. I was like, I called my mans. I was like, yo, I need to get that FedEx job because clearly something is, they busting around the holidays, and I hung up the phone and I was like, nah, I can make a play over here. I'm good. And then I made the play, and I'm still alive.
That's where I've been at, bro. I'm not saying lately. Like I was saying before, I've been having my mom in my ears talking about some. Oh yeah, time to get a job. You know what I'm saying? You got da on the way. Time for you to get a job. I'm like, all right, cool. And so I'll go on Indeed, bro, and I'll just be scrolling, and I'll just be like, what the fuck, nigga? I'm not gonna hold you back. When I was like 17, 18, bro, I would go down here, but first job I see, apply, wait for the call, bro. But now I'm just scrolling. I'm just like, bro, I can't.
Why though?
Why?
Degree or not, right? Because I'm the same way. Degree or not, you look at these jobs and it's like, I can't do that. Like this is beneath. Like this is like not even what I want to do anymore. Like McDonald's, Burger King, and that's not even what I'm looking at. But there's people that are looking. Even if I was, it's like, no, I can't. Right? I cannot do it. Like my life goals, it has to be something in line. I think that you know what you want to do. And I think that when you look at these jobs, it's like in your mind, you can't go backwards. And
that's exactly it.
So
I feel like me taking these jobs would be me taking away from my purpose. And me personally with a clear mind, I can't willingly give up my purpose. You know what I'm saying? This is my purpose for a reason.
Can I say this though?
Go ahead.
Being the person that you are and the goals that you know you have, I think it's okay, even myself included, to take a step backwards if you know you have a goal and feel that you can be disciplined and making, and I'm going to work here for this amount of time, I'm going to get this and I'm out. Like, I think it's perfectly fine to take that step back and humble ourselves if we know we have a path for the future. However, if we're just going willy-nilly, it's like,
Here's the thing though, Brendan, that very quickly can turn into, oh yeah, I'll be here for, I'll be here for 3 months. I'll be here for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? So you say, you have it all, you have it for your mind. I'll work at this job for 3 to 6 months, right? Then the 6 month mark, you're used to having that money. But like Amir was saying about routine, you get caught up in that routine. You get caught up in having that check every week, not even worried about it. So now here comes 6 months, and you're like, all right, I have a choice now.
Yeah.
I can either continue working and keep getting this check that I've been enjoying for the last 6 months, or that check goes away and now I got to make it happen for myself. And bro, making it happen for yourself is so stressful and scary, bro. I completely understand why people stay in that comfortable job, bro, because once you are out there doing it for yourself, you're just like, nigga, if I don't make this shit happen, we ain't gonna eat.
Yo, we not
Like,
Yo,
we not gonna eat.
that's
We
a
ain't gonna have
fact.
no gas. The lights gonna be off in this bitch. It's like, yo, that shit's unacceptable.
Hey
I
Joe, go ahead.
one word that Brandon definitely said, and you absolutely right, Joe. You because that is too common, but you gotta have the discipline. Like you really gotta be like, yo, 6 months hit, I'm out, and that's what I'm working on. Like my discipline and boundaries, and like, yo, I said this, let's follow it through. Go ahead.
Yo, I just want to know, Joe, do you have an address? You have an address you can use in the city, right?
Yo, you scamming?
Yeah.
Get the scammer out of here.
I ain't scamming. I may have a job opportunity that we can both pursue at the same time. That way we're unemployed. We're never unemployed, honestly. But I just told you about the meeting I had with the IABO.
Janky LLC business. Don't do that. No, I'm playing.
With the IABO, you can become an official, and you could, if you don't want to work a 9 to 5, you pick up some games in a weekend, some games, whatever. Just ref some games, get your quick 200, 400, whatever dollars for the day. For the, you can do it. We could do that together. Honestly, they told me during the meeting, this is IABO is it's an official refereeing program that can be you can cross reference with other boards too. The board I was meeting with was the board in Queens. The last time I did it, I couldn't finish it, but I was doing it in the board of Bronx. So I'm probably going to be doing it with Manhattan this coming September. Regardless, they said, after the class, recruit your friends who are interested. I want to see if my brother can do it. He's 17. I know you're interested in bowl, so it's like if you want a job opportunity that lasts you a lifetime, good bread, and you don't ever have to work really another 9 to 5 if you don't want to, and you can still work on the shit you're trying to do right now. So
offer this nigga a job opportunity on the pod.
I offered him a job opportunity that I'm also in competition for. Right, so I don't have the job. I have to
Harlem because real Harlem niggas don't have jobs. You think your son's gonna be proud and say that you got a boss?
Huh?
I
I was so confused. I'm like,
I get right in his fucking mouth.
Yeah, nah, but I'm happy you said the disclaimer though, because sometimes this entrepreneur shit is really hard, and I really want to make a documentary short film about the other side of entrepreneurship. Not Rick Ross flexing his bottles, but the shit that's gonna literally eat you alive and can cause you to be really depressed and severely and take your own life sometimes. That's how you feel in this entrepreneur shit. But it's okay to go back to your job. It's okay to go back to a 9 to 5 if you understand the mission. And if you got to get your bills, don't be like, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, I can't ever go to a 9 to 5. And that's something I say that shit a lot, but I know that it's not off the table if I need to go take that shit. So I just wanted to offer that to the entrepreneurs that may be watching, like, yo, it's okay. It's okay.
Entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs, and also the message should be also focus on yourself and not on what you see. The end result ain't always what it's portrayed to be, and a lot of times people will cap, I ain't never do this, I did it like this, and it's like, nigga, why are you lying?
Entrepreneurship is so much more than just your business, and I learned that just over the past months that I've been out of work. It's more of like it's more personal than any other job out there. Because you realize that all your success is dictated off of your habits. So if you're walking around undisciplined, you're walking around, you're not really fit for the job of being an entrepreneur. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the entrepreneur mindset will eat you alive, because it'll have you in your room crying like, yo, what the fuck is going on? How come this shit's not panning out for me? But it's like, listen, you got to take a step back and understand that, or maybe I'm not right, and that's why the business isn't right.
I'm learning this a lifestyle. It's not a job. It's not a mindset. It's a lifestyle. So, you're doing that shit every day, even when you're not making no money. It's just the mindset of you getting up, the mindset of you setting your goals, the mindset that, and while you're struggling, you still got to do it, I was watching Shark Tank, this African dude, he had this garage just selling shirts and shit and blankets out of his garage. His garage look a mess. And it's just like that's the type of, like, out the mud type shit. People don't have that mindset. You know, I hate these posts. You know, claim it. You'll have 20,000 and 80,000.
Yo,
It's just like, nigga, what are you doing to get
You
that?
could claim it, but the point of
But
that is also to put the what you call it, like put the goal in your mind. It's like,
yeah,
all right, now you got to reach that shit
I'm trying to
every
teach
single
myself.
day, every single day. Even the days where you usually would just take the day off. Nope, you still got to do what you got to do. You still have to put in your pain for the day. It is
Yeah,
what it
man.
is.
this entrepreneurship will really have you in your bed crying, talking about, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing in my life. There's no.
I don't know if this shit is for me, bro. Yeah, man, that should have you like
I
that.
I go through those episodes all the time, and then I snap at it and be like, nigga, get your bitch ass up and get to
Yeah,
work.
bro.
Like, yo, there's been times where I literally been crying on the phone, like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna, this is hard. I'm just trying to do it for my nephews and trying to show a new way and be the role model, and and then you, like,
Yeah, man.
all right, what's up? What I gotta do?
I'll
It's a
tell you.
lifestyle. You can't and I wanted to also say, but let's say you're an entrepreneur, you can also go back to a job to understand the business and the systems that they
It's
use.
operations.
Steal it. We're colonizing from 9 to 5. Steal that shit and apply it to yourself and see how the operations go.
I'll tell y'all this, and we can change the topic. Because I know that I'm not usually all vulnerable on this podcast, but
Yes, yes.
I'll tell you this though. This past winter for me was probably the roughest winter of my entire life, right? Because I quit my job in October, right? So the fall I didn't have a job. I was just doing regular Grubhub shit. You know what I'm saying? Making sure my bills paid, making sure that my lights is on and shit, right? But so the winter time comes, right? And we got hit with like back-to-back snowstorms and like back-to-back weeks. So I'm not able to work. So I don't got no money coming in. So I can't do anything that I want to do. Like I've hit this big creative wall where I can't make any content. So even that part of me is not being fulfilled. So I just felt like useless. I felt like I had no purpose. I felt like I had no desire to do anything. I just felt like I was literally just waking up and then just my only job was being my girlfriend's boyfriend. That was the only job I had for the whole day. You know what I'm saying? And that shit brought me way down.
As
Way
a guy, you
down.
gotta do that.
And I also suffer from seasonal depression. So once the weather
That's a
gets
real
cold,
thing.
bro. Once the weather gets cold, bro, I already don't want to do shit. So stack that on top of me being depressed, the fact that I'm not feeling like I'm fulfilling what I want to in my life, bro. Entrepreneur lifestyle would eat you the fuck up. And
Yo,
it literally took me until the weather warming up to start feeling like myself again.
did you know? Well, this past winter, I experienced seasonal depression for the first time in my life. I did not know what was going on. The weather, it hit spring and I just snapped out of it. Yo, it was the worst months of my life ever. Like I did not know what the fuck was going on. I really at times was like contemplating like, yo, like I don't want to do this anymore. Like I don't, like I don't want to keep going on. Like that's what the thoughts I kept.
Yeah.
Am I even fighting to like, what's the point? What's my purpose? That was scary shit. And, I'm scared to go back. I don't want to go through another winter. I'm like, is that going to happen again? But, yeah, man, I never knew that was a thing until this past year.
I remember being in the bed with my girl, and she's like asking me, because I've been down for like a couple of days at this point. She's like, yo, just like what's wrong? Like, what can I do to help you? And I'm just like, yo, I just don't want to be here. Like not that I don't want to be alive. I just don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this state. I don't want to be feeling the way I feel. I don't want to feel like a failure. And that shit like brought me to tears, like bawling tears. And Amir knows me. I don't usually cry like that. I'm not really a big emotional person, but that shit really hurt me. Like the fact that I felt like I was failing at what I wanted to do.
This guy's the worst thing you could do to a man is a man's worst fear is to be useless. So it's like, yeah, man. But
the sick part about this is this nigga is 20. He was 23 going through this, so it's like there's a lot of life left, but this shit just really eats you. It's like, yo, like you didn't accomplish this at this point in your life, like shit is over. And there's this book I read that really helps me get through that, old times running out shit. And it was Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he was like, yo, the dude that is responsible for KFC didn't get popping until he was 60. So it's like, just keep trying, man. This shit ain't easy, man.
That's definitely the importance of building a positive team around you, because having a positive team around you will definitely keep you out of your what's the word, depressive slumps.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
All right, but listen,
Let's get some other, huh?
That's enough shit. That's enough sad shit for one podcast.
That's a fact.
Nah,
That's a
let's
fact.
keep the sad vibes going. So
Talk about
let's
business.
said what?
Huh?
You said what? I thought you said something crazy. My bad.
Niggers.
Yo, you can't. The ad dollars are down the drain. Let's bring up these things, man. These discussions. These nothing in 2 second discussions.
Let's talk about it. This nigga said he's nutting in 2 seconds discussions. Let's talk about it. Y'all really nut in 2 seconds?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. The
Hey,
post says 2
why
minutes.
is that? No, it don't.
The post says
Or do it say 2 minutes?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pose that whole question, but like, is that really a thing?
Yeah.
Under 2 minutes.
Not exactly 2 minutes, but yeah, nothing quick is a thing. Why isn't it?
Well, though, I don't think that it's not a thing. But I feel like it's over exaggerated, especially by women. But maybe not. Like, because I just never felt like I had that. I always felt like when I heard men say that, and when I heard women complain about most men not lasting, is because women weren't messing with men that cared about them. And I always felt like you just having sex with people that you're not in relationships with. Because if you constantly complaining about having sex not lasting more than 2 minutes, I don't see how that can be the case if a man is trying to please you. So,
Wow.
Well, is your definition of sex only the penetration part? Or are you talking about the whole act?
Nah,
I'm talking about the penetration part. I think head and foreplay. I think that's part of sex, but I don't consider it included with penetration. I think it's just, it's part of it, but like I think that it's two different feelings for them, even for us. So
Again, you can talk first.
that was mind blowing. He said we nut fast because we don't care about y'all.
we don't. A lot of times, if a man ain't trying to please you, my thing, me personally, it feels better if I last longer when you hit the climax. So for me, if I care about you, which I care about my girl, like I don't mind, 15, 20 minutes, sometimes even longer than that. But every now and then, you don't have your off days where you do, 2-5 minutes. But like I feel like the over exaggeration of men don't last. Maybe I've never had sex with a man, so I don't know. But like I feel like me personally, I've never had that issue, so it's mind boggling to think that this is the case.
So
if
your partner is nutting fast, he doesn't care about you.
His strokes, like you got to slow down. Something you could do.
It's a lot that goes into nutting. I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of the time guys nut early because guys aren't really taught about their bodies very much, so guys don't know how to last longer because there actually is an art to lasting longer. Apparently my boy Brandon has mastered it because that her dick and bitch.
I wouldn't say mastered it,
but listen, it's definitely like because honestly, here's the thing though. But I feel like when you are having sex with a partner and you don't care about them, me personally, I can last longer because there's no real pressure attached. I'm just fucking you because that's what we're doing. We're fucking. So we could just, and then whenever I go, I go. But here's the thing though, with somebody that I do care about, I do find myself like going earlier because like I'm trying. It's like I'm not gonna say it's pressure, but like there's a lot going on in your mind. It's like it's like you're trying to make sure that I'm enjoying this. Are they enjoying this? Like they're making all the right sound. They're making all the right sounds, so it sounds like they're enjoying it. It's something else like you're doing, and then you end up overthinking it, and then before you know it, bro, you nut. You're just like,
overthink about. Talk to her. Communicate. Talk to her.
Hey, how
are you
doing
good?
down
You
there?
Okay? Is this? How's this feel? Like,
how you doing down there?
That's something that's not really taught amongst not even just the black community, the male community is the idea of like, talking to your partner. Like, of course, not me and my girlfriend. I can sit down with my girlfriend. We can talk about fucking forever. But like, if I'm having casual sex with somebody, I'm not gonna walk into the room like, so tell me what I could do to make sure that you get your nut off. Because if it's casual sex, I'm only in the game for me. I'm not in the game for you.
Yeah.
This is like I don't even know like if it's I don't even know. I've never really heard anyone, brag about it. I'm not bragging, but like I'm kind of an asshole when it comes to it sometimes. And even I'm at the point where I'll know when they're gonna finish. Right. So I won't I'll purposely stop so they can't. And it's like
what the fuck type of
it's a tease thing, like
fucking
it's a tease thing, like you I don't know. It's gonna sound you nut when I want
Stop.
you to nut.
I want you to nut. You a dog, Brandon.
But I'm not saying that's every time, but like you can get into that mode when you so in tune with like her body, your body. You know when you're going to finish. You can feel like you can feel her when she's about to hit that climax. It's like I feel you should know your body. Or if you're in a relationship that's longer, if you're in a relationship with someone for like a year or two, I feel like if you guys are having sex regularly, I feel like you should kind of learn, because you learn that it doesn't just happen. You learn pacing, you learn the strokes, you learn how to stroke, you learn all that, right? You can last a lot longer if you pay attention to the body. It's not about just pounding. They like that, but they also like smooth and different paces, all
Tell
that.
him, Brandon.
If
Tell
you
him.
can,
The stroke's gotta mean something. Tell
it's
him,
gotta
Brandon.
it's gotta mean something. And it's like that's why they say it's different between sex and making love. So like a lot of guys, myself included, at one point in time, it's like, yeah, you have sex for pleasure. But then when you care about someone, for me, I'm the opposite of Joe. Like for me, if it's somebody I don't care about, or for somebody it was like, oh, it's like there's no, you put in your best. You I guess if it's first time, if it's the first time and you're having sex with them multiple times, you put in your best foot forward so you can have sex again. But like after that, it's like, it's just, I'm just in here. I don't really have any feelings for you. But like my girlfriend, I'm with her. I want to make sure that she's happy. So it's like I make sure she's good, and then I finish when I finish. But I just make sure. I think that most guys can do that. I just think some guys don't have the interest, and some guys just don't know their body to do so. So,
looking at the post and just thinking about what I've done, it's definitely guys that finish quick definitely don't give a fuck, because if you're, how can I put this? If I nut fast, I don't give a fuck about you, because clearly we're not fucking enough, and I don't understand your body, and I don't like. In my relationships, that's when I last the longest. But these one-off little flings, it's just like, okay, I'm done right here. So
I'm in and I'm out.
yeah, so I think it's just about knowing your partner's body and how you react to each other, and if they don't take the time to do that, then you're gonna get these fast nutting niggas.
but that's just my sentiment. If you have an issue, please have sex with people that care about you, and not just these one-offs. Like, if you want that type of shit, like you can't just get that from a random dude you met.
Nah, you can though. I think you can.
You can, but it ain't gonna happen consistently. You want consistent, good dick, as they say. Like, stop fucking with people that don't care about you because they got a good body and a nice face. Like,
That don't mean nothing.
It really don't.
That don't mean nothing. There's plenty of girls out there who got fat asses with terrible pussy.
I don't.
Yeah.
Embarrassing, dog.
Embarrassing. You can't change that.
Shit is embarrassing, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, it's plenty of dudes, but the whole nine, the face, the body, and got little dicks. Like what it is, whack dick. It is what it is.
Suck whatever I pull out this motherfucker.
Shit is embarrassing, dog.
Hey, it's skinny nigga season. Remember that.
What about that other post?
All right, men. Do you think that having so much access to seeing nudity via porn or IG models affects the way that you view women in your day-to-day life? Now, in pre-production, I'm gonna put this nigga on blast. Brother Amir said yes. So, Brandon, Amir, I'm gonna need an explanation on that.
I say yes because you know when you first meet a partner, you just want them to be on go and doing all these positions and all of these things, and it's like, oh, why are you not doing this? Every woman does it. When it's not every woman, it's these professional porn stars. So that's why I said yes. When sex is about knowing your partner and knowing how to do things and feeling comfortable, and maybe she, so I can understand how that, earlier when I was younger, I used to be like, damn, these bitches is not fucking. But now I understand it's like, oh, maybe she doesn't have enough experience and maybe I could teach her. But then at the same time, I don't want to teach. So yes, it changes my opinion, motherfucker.
I don't want to teach.
Yeah. Real shit.
No funny shit. That is the most awkward thing ever, to have to teach somebody something like during sex. It's just like, I don't know. You could just keep doing that, I guess. I don't know. But
Yeah. Or you could just keep. I mean, I don't give a fuck, man.
Well, hearing that you just explained it, were you ready to say something, Brandon?
Yeah, I was gonna agree with Amir. Especially I don't know how it was for our parents growing up, before the internet age came in, but we had access to this. Remember when the LimeWire days when we had to do we had access to this from back then. We grew up on this shit.
I was getting porn from LimeWire.
Nah, I'm just saying like we was getting a lot
Okay.
of shit from.
Okay.
But we were still part of that generation. A lot of kids don't know what LimeWire is. We had access to this kind of stuff, and even now, we don't even know what to expect in sex. Everything is a fantasy. Some women don't even know what to expect. A lot of things are just fantasies, and it's a proven fact that porn can really alter the relationship and affect how a man sees his partner because of what he sees. But yeah, I agree with what Amir was saying. It can definitely affect it. I don't know how you would stop other than disciplining yourself not to watch it. But
yeah, Joe, you was trying to crucify me before. What now, nigga?
I'm still going to
back up.
All right, so if you're a grown ass person, or even if you're okay, so if you're a grown ass person and you grew up in the beginning of the information age, right? So it just as internet comes in and we have access to all this shit. We first got our access to online porn at the age between 12 to 14. I'm pretty sure everybody in here has seen porn in those ages.
Earlier than that.
So even earlier than that.
Yeah.
But so I feel like the porn hyper changed your view of sex on a day-to-day basis. It made you think that all sex was like amazing sex. All sex is gonna be sex with this bitch is screaming at the top of her lungs, crying like, "Yes, daddy, fuck me harder." And the first time you had sex and the girl wasn't like, "Oh my God, fuck me harder, this shit is so good," you were probably just like, "Well, where's the passion? Where's the excitement?" All that shit. So I don't feel like it was directly the fact that now you look at women as like, "Oh, what, you not like the bitch on TV?" Or now it's more so, "Oh, so this sex thing is a lot more than me just sticking my dick in you and going real fast. There's more to it." So I feel like as a grown person, you are looking at IG thoughts and porn stars, and you're like, "Damn, all girls are like that." You're fucking childish. Because in no way do these porn stars or Instagram bitches, what's the word I want to say, characterize all women. You know what I'm saying? People love to call me Mr. Misogynistic. If you look at bitches on porn and you think that your friend Cindy in third period is going to be like that, you're kind of bugging, because Cindy probably doesn't have.
Yes, you are.
Cindy does not have the same amount of sexual experience that fucking Alexis Texas has, or any of these other big booty bitches. So
I'll say, before you go, I know the biggest adjustment for me for like the first time is you watching porn in like a third person.
Right.
What do I do with my eyes? Like, why are you staring at me? That's an adjustment.
Why are you staring at me?
But I will say, porn can become an addiction, and fantasizing is something that we as people do often, whether it's about our lives or whatever. So while it is childish, and while as an adult, hopefully you should be gaining some self-control and perspective on life that's bigger than what you see on the screen. I can't discredit the fact that I do know that it's no different than knowing that you're smoking a cigarette will kill you, yet you still do it. It's an addiction and it's a fantasy. So you're right, absolutely. It shouldn't be the case while as a grown ass man, but
I was about to say something, but yo, my man's, he had opened up. If you watch, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say a name, but this is honestly how it felt. Like, he was like, "Yo, I have a porn addiction. Like, I literally can't stop masturbating." I was like,
I have one.
"What is wrong with you? Like, what? Why did you say that? What is real? Like,
it's the sensation you get addicted to, bro. The act of coming is amazing, nigga. Like, especially like when it's like, so he's probably just watching porn mad times a day, and so he found the kind of porn that he likes. He knows the porn to give him the reaction that he wants every single time. He doesn't need a girl. He don't got to sweet talk no bitch. He don't got to take her out to eat. He don't got to do none of that shit. He can just watch these categories of videos, and he's guaranteed to have none of his life every single day. Nigga, you would have a porn addiction too.
Yeah. But that's crazy, because you stop, like you said, you stop talking to women. Like,
yes, and that's
pursuing women. And this is how I believe. I don't know what was going.
I mean, I have a porn addiction
you
too.
Stop. you stop talking to women. And then at one point you be like, damn, I haven't actually had actual sex in a while. What the fuck?
Don't most boys growing up that watch porn and jerk off develop an addiction per se,
I'm pretty
right?
sure.
It don't
I
stop you.
think
It
it's
don't.
very normal.
That nigga's is weak. I ain't have no porn.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Anyway,
I'm
you are a sex addict. You are a
I'm
sex addict.
not, bro, and I can't stand
You love sex, and the fact that
we all love
we
sex. Everybody
do,
loves
we
sex.
do, and anybody who is hypersexual or loves sex, probably masturbates,
Yeah,
and more than an average person.
Everybody
So
should masturbate.
that's what it is.
exactly. So some people call it an addiction. Other people call it what they want to call it. But
Multiple
I don't
times
think
a
you should
day,
stop
every day is addiction.
social interactions with women.
No, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's
I think that's when it's an
a
addiction.
little
Like
gay.
you get to
Okay. I love jerking off. I love when I do it myself.
but nah, I think that's when it becomes an addiction.
Unless you are gay, I'm sorry. Then it's fine. I guess it's a little self-gay. I don't know.
It's a little self-gay.
Self-love. Remember we had like 4 episodes?
Nigga, masturbation is a form of self-love. Tell me it isn't.
It isn't.
Why?
It can be
I
detrimental
only
to you.
said that just
It
to
can be
lie.
detrimental to you. It really can.
And no, it can be, bro. Listen, here's anything that you do too much is a detriment to you.
Yes.
That's why they say everything is cool in moderation, right?
Yeah, water will kill you.
Masturbation is no different. If you find yourself constantly looking at the same Alexis Texas or Violet
You like
Myers,
Alexis Texas, motherfucker?
nigga, yeah, who doesn't like Alexis Texas, nigga?
Bro,
Alexis
I outgrew her years ago.
Alexis Texas was everybody's first porn crush.
Nah, Lisa Ann was. Don't play with me.
Y'all niggas
Say
out
it.
here.
You rightly said,
Knowing porn stars' name.
that bitch was like fucking 38.
Yo, man, I'm gonna need you to get on board and stop acting like the cool kid. You know you. Come on.
I can't even think of. I mean, Pinky, but that's because my
It is.
used to have her, too, but like
Yo, you hear what Pinky's dad said?
What?
This nigga Pinky's dad was like, people in the cell was watching her and would bring it up to him, and I'm like, yo, don't lie. You was watching her too. You wasn't seeing no ass.
wow, that's crazy. Well, maybe you should go
Watching
to
his
jail.
dog, think that's how bad it got?
They was telling him that they was watching that, she was their favorite porn star.
Damn,
And he would tell his daughter that they would tell him, and I'm like, I feel like you leaving a part of the story out. What was,
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Thing. That's nasty.
That's extreme.
Anyway, but yeah,
If I'm in the box for forever, bro, I couldn't. That's so deep.
Your
That's
baby
crazy.
girl, the one that you raised.
who said that he raised her?
You've been in jail for a long time, clearly.
Yeah, no.
Maybe you shouldn't be in jail.
She's doing. Maybe if he was in her life.
That's the answer. That is the answer to everything.
What?
Don't go to jail.
Yeah,
Nah, that's really not.
it's not.
Nah.
My brother told me.
Sometimes I know people. Go ahead.
My brother told me, nigga, do whatever you gonna do, as long as it don't kill you
I
or
send you
send
to
you
jail.
to jail.
I'll tell you this much: you're not a father yet. I've heard so many fathers or husbands that'll go to jail for their kids.
Yeah.
Like killing them? What you mean?
Like-
Come on. I ain't talking about that stupid.
No, but I'm saying like sometimes you gonna take that sacrifice. Like
okay, yeah.
I ain't talking about that, dog.
bro.
Right.
What do you just said? The answer is always never go to jail. Sometimes the answer is I'm gonna take that sacrifice. You harm mine in any type of way.
Yes, I understand. Yes, I'm sorry. Oh,
Bro, what you want? You say it.
That's the beer all the way on.
yo, it's like that.
Yeah, whatever, nigga.
Yes, that's understandable. Yo,
All right, listen. Let's wrap it up.
Yo.
After this, right, we're gonna talk about this soulmate shit real quick. and then
Got
we
me.
what? We got another. Yo, I'm right
Bro,
here. Like, yeah, I gotta drink this glass of wine.
We got topics, man. We got
I
topics. This is
need
gonna be one of those
it.
episodes we chop up into like 2. You know?
Hell yeah, we definitely talk about a lot. We was talking about that first thing for a long
Word,
time.
chop out this.
Hey
I
yo,
called Amir,
that's staying
man.
right in there.
Listen, Amir, I'm gonna let you smoke after this podcast, so do what you gotta do, brother. Here it is though.
Add dollars down. Stop. You don't smoke.
You just drank on camera.
I did it.
Anyway,
Brandon's
like
gonna
I was
cut it out.
saying, the idea of soulmates has people thinking that once they find the one, everything is smooth sailing from there. No, you still have to communicate, face past them, and set boundaries together, build and sustain trust, and weather storms that come to tear you two apart.
Yes. What the fuck? What's the issue?
Wait.
Niggas be forgetting that you gotta work in a relationship. Like I don't understand the post.
The idea of
Oh, I get it.
soulmates is people thinking that once they find the one, everything is smooth sailing from there. No, you still have to communicate, face past demon. No, you still have to communicate, face
Who the
past
fuck said
demons,
you don't?
set boundaries together. Okay, I understand what it's saying. Because the idea of a relationship is the good shit, right? Everyone thinks they found their soulmate and oh, you're my soulmate, right? And then shit hits the fan, and all of a sudden, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's like,
UK.
you know, I've been in a relationship. You know, this is my longest one, as I always say. You know, Joe's been in a multi-year relationship. I think Amir has been as well. I don't know.
Good job.
But it's like that
I
shit
have.
is everyday
Every
maintenance. And
Wow.
you know, after like the first 6-7 months, for me it was for and this my current one, it was 6-7 months. After that, it's like, you know, once you get past those stages, you enter the territory of now we're arguing a little more often, and then you enter the territory of now sometimes you argue every other day sometimes. And it's like you gotta fight to, you know, if you care about that person, it's maintaining it, and then you making sure that you can get to those good days. You work for those, right? It's like anything else. You work for everything in life. So people want the movie shit and don't want to work for it. A relationship is work.
I don't believe that there's people out here not getting it. I don't believe that there's people out here getting in relationships and think it's supposed to be smooth sailing in their adulthoods. Get the fuck out of here.
I think people think that the relationships are going to be shitty all the time. People
What?
just assume the other relationships are going to end badly. Like that's what people go into relationships.
Yeah. Or before they, I don't want to say go into it. I say that's the reason why they're not. When they go into it, I think because they fall in love and have those feelings, everything is supposed to be smooth sailing from there. But maybe
Nah,
you could be right too. But
like Brandon was saying though, like, all right, so the honeymoon phase is a real thing. Like the honeymoon phase is the point where you guys aren't arguing and everything is perfect and everything is great, and you're like, wow, maybe this is a soulmate that I was supposed to be around for the rest of my life, right? So then the honeymoon phases pass, and that's when you start to realize that, like, damn, I'm not going, this motherfucker's kind of annoying on the low sometimes,
Yo.
right? Now, listen, now they're still your soulmate, but now once the honeymoon phase is over, that's when the flaws pop up. That's when things start coming in that are like the post was saying, storms come in to that you have to weather, right? So after 3 months, you're like, this thing kind of annoying, and then like, yeah, you start arguing a little bit more, and then just after a while, the shit starts everything just becomes different. Real life sets in, and once real life sets in, that's when you really find out who your soulmate is. The person, because I feel like the game of finding your soulmate is not supposed to be so that you can have the easiest, you know, so you can have like a walk in the park and it's going to be a great, easy breezy relationship, right? No, it's the fact that I found somebody who is going to piss me off, is going to make me mad, is going to make me want to fucking punch holes in walls and do all this other crazy shit. But at the end of the day, this person, they care about me. They care about the family that we built. They had nothing but my best interest at heart, had nothing but our future at heart. So it's just like the act of finding a soulmate is finding the person that is worth weathering the storms with. Person that is worth, you know what I'm saying, taking in the bad that come with the relationships, because the positive push out is going to be so much better than the negatives you guys are going to face.
That shit sound like Stockholm syndrome, the shit that you was describing.
How you figure?
You was like, oh, you know, I hate this motherfucker, but they have the best interest for me, and I love
That's
them.
not the same. No, Stockholm syndrome is when you go back to your abuser.
Abuser, yeah.
Yeah, how is that the same thing? I just said no. Because, so I mean, you've been in a relationship before.
yeah, I was
You know what?
I was just about to get on him.
You've been in a relationship before.
Yeah.
So will you say that your bad times for all your relationships overlooked your good times?
I can't say that.
You can't say what?
That all the bad times overlook the good times.
Because it's not true. With any relationship, there's gonna be bad times. They're gonna pop up. People just have bad days. People are not meant to live harmoniously every single day.
The way I perceived your question was, when he thinks about it, does the bad time outweigh the good? I think he's saying no. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I perceived your question.
Yes, I perceive it too.
Oh, okay. So okay. Well.
I actually haven't been in I don't know. Should I count the relationships that was like 8 months, 19 years old? Like I haven't been in a relationship in my adult years.
Why are you not in a relationship right now?
He's damaged.
Are you're damaged?
I was.
You
I know you are.
when you went into these relationships
Fixed.
and you
I'm fixed now.
when
No,
you what you're not
Fixed
when you
forever.
went into these relationships, what did you expect, and why you're not in them anymore?
Nigga, I was 19. I don't even know what to expect.
Age ain't nothing but a whatever.
I
Like,
don't think I had an expectation, to be honest. And shit went left. Shit. You're asking me why am I not in a relationship? What are you asking me?
so you said you don't believe that people go into relationships expecting things like to just be smooth or
Nah,
like
yeah.
to not have to face problems and pushback. Like once the arguments start coming up, that's when you see most relationships end. The
Yeah.
first argument is a big one, right? The first real argument is a big step forward in a relationship. It shows what your partner is willing to handle with you, or how far your partner is willing to go in their anger. You know, it's a big step. So when I say someone like you was not in a relationship for a elongated period of time because of issues in the past, it's almost as if, you know, the relationship kind of smacked them in the face because they weren't expecting the problems that they ran into. So which means that people do expect something to be a little more smooth. And once they do hit those problems, it's like, oh wait, maybe I got to reevaluate myself, or maybe I'm not ready for this, or whatever the case may be.
So what's the type of, because maybe I'm not understanding, what expectations have y'all set prior to the beginning of your relationships?
You go ahead, Joe.
Going into relationships, I'm not gonna say that I set expectations for them, but my idea of relationships, so before I got into my first relationship compared to my idea of relationships are not the same thing at all. Of course, when you see a healthy relationship, it's like, oh yeah, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking gumdrops and lollipops. Shit is nice. I know shit's not gonna be perfect forever, but you're like, majority of the time, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be, you know what I'm saying, agreeing, have a nice conversation, going out to eat, movies, all that cute shit, right? But then the part that in reality is that sometimes the person in your relationship is, they could be deceptive, or they could just not be the person who you think they are when you guys first started, and that shit can take a toll on your view of relationships as a whole.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of agree with the notion. I don't think it's always an expectation. Maybe that's the wrong word, but I think when you go into relationships and you have the feelings you have for these people, like the trust aspect, you expect the trust to be big. You expect, like, you know, all these things to just work out. Once you start to kind of see certain things that bother you and that you kind of let slide before, and then the issues start to arise, and now those same things you let slide are kind of bigger, or whatever the case may be, whatever is the pushback for you, I do feel like a lot of people have a hard time at first, right? Dealing with that. Marriages don't last as long, relationships don't last as long anymore. You know, people getting together, skipping the whole friendship and going straight into relationships and don't even have a honeymoon phase, already 2 weeks in arguing like they've been together for years. Like, this shit it's just ass backwards the way we go into them now, because everyone wants to rush because they're kind of scared of playing the long game. Because they expect probably the worst. Now you're probably right. Maybe in a sense, you're probably right. You know, I think the way people go into relationships now, the way I've seen it growing up, as opposed to when we were younger, maybe it's like they're rushing it because they're expecting the worst, like Joe said. And before, we're expecting the best.
Yes.
So
you gotta find that middle part.
Yeah.
Like, I know my shit's not going to be the best, but I know my shit's not going to be the worst either. It's going to be a regular, like, I'm not going through anything that nobody else has ever gone through.
And I know me right now, patience is definitely something that I value in myself now in this relationship, and it's probably why it lasted. In communication, right? If you communicate, there should be no reason. Obviously, there should be reasons. Like, obviously, there's clear reasons why people break up. But like, if you guys are committed to each other and you communicate, and you're, you know, try to be patient with each other, there's no reason why it shouldn't work, even when you argue. But you know, like Joe said, well, like we said and Joe said, there should be no reason why you shouldn't be able to communicate. But some people just can't communicate. So,
if you can't communicate in Joe's eyes, you're a child.
Yes, you are.
Well, you are.
The fuck? I mean, you said that as if I'm like, as if I'm speaking, I'm saying something crazy. Like, if you can't communicate as an adult, you're a child.
You know, it's
you can't
not.
speak for yourself. You're a child.
You just haven't gained that skill yet. That don't make
Why?
you fucking
Why
child.
not?
Maybe you never had to. Maybe you got
Why?
Stockholm syndrome.
So
Maybe
you never had to talk to niggas in your life?
it's possibility, nigga.
No, it's not
Yes,
possibility.
it is. What
Come
do you
here.
mean?
If you
Grow up
are
in a
22
household.
years old, that means you at least gone through college, and your mom was not in your college classes with you. So you've had to talk to somebody. You've been in high school. You've had to talk to somebody. And you get called into the guidance counselor. You don't have to just sit there and be quiet. They're people too. You can talk to them. It's communication. That's the issue. That shit is fine when you are 16 and you're a sophomore and you just had your first girlfriend break your heart, and I don't want to talk about it. You can do all that. But when you're 22 years old, when you are grown as fuck years old, that shit is not allowed, bro. You're not allowed to be like, oh yeah, I just never got learned. I never got taught how to talk to people because my mommy and my daddy, they used to talk to everybody for me.
Yes.
Let me quit. Well, no, that's childish. Let me. That's definitely childish to me. Don't argue that one. That last point, childish as fuck. But let me clarify something too, to make maybe to clarify what he's saying. Right? He's not saying, if you communicate but sometimes can't control your anger. Right? That's a different issue. He's not saying like, communicating to deaf ears and eventually just shutting up because you're wasting your breath. Like that's a different issue, right? He's not saying, like everything he's saying right now is
Who, Joe or me?
No, Joe is not saying these things. Like the forms of communication or not being able to, or not wanting to speak, right? Because you choose not to speak or not knowing how to control how it comes out, but you know how to express yourself. Those are different issues, right? And I think you might have those in mind. Not being able to talk to someone because you're scared to call the doctor, or you're scared to order your own food, not being able to express something because you're scared of what the other person might say, not being able to express something because you just whatever. Like there's issues that is you learn these. You're an adult, and my girlfriend has an issue with needing time, and that's cool. But I always say like, yo, like we equal in here. Like there's nothing you gonna say. The other day I was like, how much money did you spend? Because, we on a budget. How much money did you spend? Oh, I think I did this and I think I did that. Like, you think? Like, what you did. Like, how much did you spend? And it's just shit like that where it's like, we adults, like, how much did you spend? But shit like that is, I think, what he's talking about.
All I'm saying is there's skills that need to be developed in anything. So just because somebody doesn't have effective communication skills and their grown age does not make them a child.
But the question is why, Amir? Why in your grown age have you not put in the work to develop skills? But no. But here's the thing, Amir. You cannot say that things are this way and that's just how they are. It's like why? Why is that?
Because niggas might have anxiety. Niggas don't. What about that aspect?
And not an excuse. So
why does it? What do you mean?
You're scared to talk to people.
Yes.
Why?
Because I can't
Because
argue this because I'm not scared of that, but I don't know. Nigga, anxiety is a real thing.
I get anxiety talking to people.
Yes.
And I still talk to people. So what is that? Why isn't that you are not able to one, address your anxiety, and two, push past it to realize you are an adult. And that's something that has to be done in my life at multiple times in my life.
That's probably why niggas get in relationships, because maybe they don't want to. Now their boyfriend is over here talking for them. That's real shit.
But it doesn't change the fact that it's childish.
And that relationship will fail because you guys will get into an argument, and you'll just be like, he'll be like, yo, what the fuck? How come you don't ever tell me what the fuck's going on? You'll just be like, because I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how. I just have these feelings, and I just don't know how to put them into words.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nigga, yo. I hate you right now. Yo, all I'm saying is it may not be a skill that they
listen, bro. Listen, I don't know if everyone didn't go to college, but I don't know if they have public speech classes in school. But I took 2 public speaking classes in college, right? Did it help with my anxiety? No. Absolutely not, right? Like, sorry. I remember walking up to the front being scared as shit, right? But when I started speaking, right? You speak, you get it over with. It don't help with your anxiety. It don't even help with your communication skills, right? But it puts you on a spot where now your brain is racing and you got to compose yourself to articulate amongst the crowd. And if I can do that and talk to people that I'm really nervous around, excess of 30, 40 people, I can talk to one person, right? I can talk to one person, like anxiety or not. I can go to, I would like the number 2 with no pickles. Don't put no pickles on my shit. I can say that, right? Like some people be like, it's okay. Like, tell me you don't want pickles. No, it's okay. I'll just take it off. Tell him you don't want pickles.
The nigga's job, like.
But
all I'm saying is it's a skill you have to develop for certain people.
And Amir, you are 100% right. But there's nothing in this world. Nope, there's nothing in this world that is as an appropriate excuse for you not learning how to communicate. Because Brandon just told you that he has anxiety when he talks to people. I told you that I have anxiety when I talk to people. And as you can see, me and him have no problem speaking.
To me,
you've heard us talk.
You're the only person we talk to. At some point, you realize, bro, you're not going to be able to progress anywhere in the world if you're not able to verbalize what you want.
I'll put it to you like this, Amir. I'll put it to you like this.
Okay,
the beam is on.
Yes.
I know we don't have mass viewers, but anyone can see this shit. We're not just talking to you, right? We're talking to everyone. I noticed you kind of like you're unwilling to say what you want to say on the beam that you'll say off camera, just because of how it's portrayed. We don't give a fuck. Like, we just going to say it. Like, it's not because some things we probably shouldn't say, but other things is like, fuck it. Like, this is how I feel, and this is what I'm going to say, and I'll articulate myself in the best way possible. You're not talking to just us. You're talking to everybody, right?
Yeah, but we don't. I can't see everybody that watches.
That makes it worse.
All you see is, but fuck that. You made an excellent point, but I want to get back to what Joe said in pre-pro. And what I said to that, I said, listen, if somebody says, yo, I'm not an effective communicator, and that's something that you're working on, I said, Joe, you can't bash that person, because acknowledging that they have a flaw is the first step in improving themselves. And this nigga was like, oh, they're just a child. Nigga, like, what the fuck?
Little bit, partially correct. Acknowledging should be the first step, but it doesn't mean it's not progress.
I mean, yeah, but think about it. It's not fucking. You're not trying to kick crack, nigga. You're just talking. You're just talking to people. That's all you're trying to do.
How do you feel? What are you feeling right now? I don't know.
That's all I need to know.
I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? I just don't know. I got feelings in my head. I just can't put them out in words. What the fuck?
I've had thoughts that I was like, in my head, it sounded better than when I said it. And I had to really think. I'm like, nah, there's really no way I can explain this. Right? But people get stumped. It's okay to be stumped. Mm-hmm. But it's not for yeah, go ahead, Joe.
I was my fault, bro. But listen to me. If somebody come up to me and they're like, yeah, I have these problems communicating, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're a fucking child. Da, da, da. But if we're arguing and that becomes your thing, that becomes your shit. Oh, I can't sit here arguing with you because I'm not good with words. It's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck, because like now what? Now I can't get my shit off because you don't know how to speak. Fuck that. That's not fair.
It really isn't. But that's how life is going right now. Kids, I remember we playing in the league. The kids, I can't dunk, so it didn't affect me. But the kids that could dunk weren't allowed to dunk because they were kids that were physically not even capable of ever being able to dunk, right? So it was like they were called a technical foul, and I'm like, this is like back when I was in. This is when I was in middle. This is when I was in middle school.
I remember.
But it was just like, yeah, they can't dunk because you can't dunk. Like, it's not their fault that you're disabled. Like, it's like you just can't do it. Why they get a technical foul? But it's like, if you can't articulate yourself, not even speak, articulate, you are disabled. That's just a fact. Mentally, you're disabled.
You're right.
So, even if you just gotta say shit, just say shit, random shit. I'll pick up how you feeling. Just by your tone.
I just wanna let you
know. No, just you can say anything. You can scream bananas, sing the alphabet. I'll pick up how you feel by your tone. Like, I don't know. Like, I need to know how you feeling. If you say A, B, C, D, oh, she in a vibe. A, B, C, D. Fuck this mother. Like, all right, you a little mad. I'm gonna leave you alone. Like, just let me know how you feeling. Like, like, I don't know.
But yeah, man, I'm sorry, but there's no explanation that you're able to tell me that an adult not being able to speak.
I'm built different. I can't relate.
Listen, I'll be real with you, Amir. You are an enabler, so yes.
Yeah, I am.
You just let people just have their shortcomings. They're just like, as long as this shit don't fucking bother you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I am.
That's a motherfucking shame.
Let me ask you a question, Amir. You have a kid that you cannot communicate with. Like, You trying to get in his head for like it's been 14 years of his life. He's going on 17 soon. He's about to be his own man, and you just can never connect with him because he can never communicate. Like you just gonna let that. I mean, it's
Going
more,
to
like
therapy.
therapy ain't gonna do it.
Yes, it can.
What's it gonna do? Kids don't talk
It's
to
gonna be like,
therapists.
so why cap? They're gonna be like, so why don't talk to your parent? Oh, because and yeah, I've seen it on TV. It's real.
You've seen it on TV. TV is not real. TV is a
In this
false sense
fucking
of
podcast,
reality.
bro, this nigga be pissing me off. Bro.
How many kids kill themselves because they won't speak to a therapist? Come on, man. Let's not do this.
Hey man, this is
Hey,
another
man.
great
But,
episode.
yes, sir. Another great episode. Amir, for the fourth time in a row, just got killed. It's okay.
I'm disabled. I can't argue.
I can't let him make you getting away with this shit, bro. That's why. I can't let him get away with it, bro. This peacemaking ass nigga, bro. This shit can get on my nerves. Peacemaking is no, I know everybody has their problems, but we just have to love each other. Fuck that, nigga. Get your shit together.
I don't give a fuck about these niggas. That's what's the problem. Like, I don't care.
That's your problem. You don't care about nobody but yourself.
I don't. Like, fuck y'all niggas. Yo, it's your boy Amir signing out. Thank you for watching another episode of Please Don't Cancel Us. We on YouTube uploading. We in Instagram uploading. Please join the conversation. We really, really do care what you have to say about our topic.
Nah, that's a fact. We really do. We trying to don't hit us up in the DMs. Don't let Amir talk to you in the DMs. If Amir talk to you in the DMs, tell him respectfully, hit me up and tag me in the comment section.
Tag who?
All right, we signing out. I got a job to slave for. I'll see y'all when I see y'all.
That's what we do.
Pray for Brandon
In 2020.
My yes, it'll be out. He said